What were your first impressions of each other?
You first.
Okay. Well, I thought that she came across as intelligent.
Got lipstick all over you.
Bit of a mother type.
Sorry. That's very true. I am like really mummy, mother hen kind of personality, especially with my friends at uni and stuff. Anyway, that's not the question. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I thought she came across as very intelligent, and she was, well, and also her silly sense of humor, and obviously very attractive. And I just felt really nice about her, you know, that kind of aura, or so to say, that she gave off. It made me feel good.
What was my first impression of Rooney? First impression is about looks, right? I think I kind of answered that in there, like how we met kind of thing. If you guys could be an animal, which one would it be and why? I would be a lion. I've always loved them. They're fierce. I'd be a lioness, obviously. They're fierce. They're kings and queens of the jungle. They roam in packs. They're social animals, and I love lions. I'm actually going to go volunteer in South Africa with some lions as soon as I get the chance to. I've just been busy. I've been talking about it for the last 2 years though.
For me, it would be a panther.
We'd both be big cats. That's cool.
I just love the panther in itself. It's like sneaky,
You'd
stealthy,
be a black cat.
like.
What does that say, huh?
I just love how stealthy they are. Like
Sneaky and stealthy. Is that what you want to be? Sneaky and stealthy.
Yeah, like stealthy, like sneaking
You're
into
gonna
the
sneak
trees,
around.
pouncing on their prey.
He wants to sneak around on my back. That's what he wants to do. No, I'm joking.
Excuse me.
Who are your celebrity crushes, and would y'all give each other a free pass, and if so, who would it be? Celebrity crush would be Chris Hemsworth and Charlie Hansen, you know, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, and as you can clearly see, yeah. So would I give him a free pass? Hell no. No, not even, no. And I wouldn't want a free pass either because I'm very happy.
I completely agree with you. I would not ever, it would never even enter my mind as a thought to want anything like that, because it just absolutely does not interest me. I have everything I need, or want even, here with Raven. I don't really have any celebrity crush.
No?
No.
Yeah, okay. Moving on.
Funniest memory of each other.
Here's the reason why we can't answer that question, right? We laugh every day. Literally, stomach hurting, giggles, like shits and giggles all day when we're around each other. That's just our personality. Like, we're really, really silly. So I don't really have like a funniest memory. Every day with this guy is just ridiculously funny. We have this running joke. I think the first date we ever went on, he asked me, "Are you a hippie?" And I think he meant, "Are you a hipster?" But he said, "Are you a hippie?" or something like that. And ever since then, like, we make these elaborate, ridiculous jokes just so he can ask me the question. There's one time he called me from work. He called me, he's turning red, look at his face. He called me from work, pretending that he'd hurt himself, really like, proper good actor. "Oh my god, I'm in so much pain. I fell and I scraped my leg and all that." And then he was like, "Oh, they had to call an ambulance." And I was so worried. I was like, "What's going on? What's happened?" And he's like, "Oh, they had to ask me a question." And I'm like, "What did they ask you? What's happening?" They asked me, "Are you a hippie?" I turned off the phone, I hung up. I was just like, really? White guys say they get nervous around black girls at first. They don't know most times that we are interested. Was he nervous when he met you? Did you have to make the first move? So we already answered that. No, didn't make the first move. And no, he wasn't nervous about me. He was just kind of like, you know, first date jitters.
I have heard of something about this. Is to a lot of white guys, black women come off as intimidating. I think this is...
You've heard that or you experienced that?
No, I've just heard it actually.
Do you think that black women come across as intimidating?
No. I just heard it from black friends.
Oh, black women friends?
Yeah.
But that's because they just assume that because of what they've heard. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that they've had that experience. I have never, ever experienced a white guy being like, oh.
Maybe it's more for women that are also taller, because I know that a lot of guys, they are very self-conscious about if they are shorter than women. They find that, not all guys, but many find it intimidating.
Well, I mean, from what I've experienced, no guy, white or black, has ever been too intimidated to approach. It's usually when I start speaking and I talk about my achievements, that's when they get a bit and then it gets either they're very impressed or they get very defensive because they haven't gotten as far, I guess.
They feel they need to be the more qualified one, to be a provider.
Yeah, sometimes.
Some ancient kind of mindset.
Yeah.
FYI, she's like a super nerd. It's awesome.
I'm not a super nerd. You guys know what I do, right? He's a nerd too. He's a software developer and plays video games. And what's funny, I actually used to be a software project manager. So I would have been his manager if I worked at the same company as him. Before I got into law and stuff.
Not much work would be done by me. I would just be ogling.
But yeah, so I know a little bit of coding. I know a lot of law. I know a lot of fashion. So yeah, sometimes it can be intimidating, but I guess it's how you come across, how you approach a person, your whole demeanor as well. But yeah, because of the environment and social circles that I hang around with, I've not experienced that. Most of the men that I meet or know, black or white, are really quite friendly, but very ambitious and very high achieving themselves. So I don't think they really have that much to be intimidated by, and they expect that from the women that they date too. So. Most annoying habit.
I have one.
Are you a hippie? The hippie thing is really annoying. Also, right, he farts. He goes, pull my finger, and he farts. And I'm just like, see? So you're Thor, you're super sexy bae.
Look at time, I think I need to go.
You're super sexy bae, yeah, he's only human, okay? He's just as goofy as the rest of them. How does Rooney feel about your hair, natural and extensions? I'm a natural too, and my hubby loves my hair, but doesn't care for my weaves, etc. Okay. Rooney's never seen my hair.
Dum dum dum.
Okay, that's not true. It's not that he hasn't seen my hair. He's seen me without a wig, but he's never seen my hair in full afro. And the only reason for that is because I'm saving it so I can make a video for you guys, because he's never actually seen... Okay, that's not true. He has seen natural hair, but he's never actually played with it, and like... So I want to get his full reaction and film it for you guys.
And also, well, I haven't seen all of your hair. I've seen some parts of your cornrows, but I haven't seen all of it, just like the front bit.
Yeah, because I've been like, I've literally been stopping him from seeing it, like on purpose, just so I can film this video, so I can get his pure reaction. But I mean, he has kind of seen some photos, and it's very difficult for him not to see my hair, because obviously we'd spend so much time together. He's seen me do my makeup and take it off and blah blah blah, and like he's seen so many different colors of hair and stuff. What did he say? He was like, oh, it's like being with a new woman every day.
She just looks so different with some of these different hair colors and makeup and the styles she does with her wigs and such.
I'm a chameleon. Chameleon, baby.
Chameleon?
Yeah. Okay.
I concur.
Were you both shy when you first met? By the way, I like your sense of fashion. Thank you. Sure. I wasn't shy. I think he was kind of shy.
Actually, yes, I was on that day. I was feeling a little bit anxious. Well, I had a little bit of social anxiety, so I did actually struggle a bit.
Because I'm so hot, you know.
Keeping up. Well, I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
But I did actually struggle a bit with holding conversation. Not to the point where I was like looking down my shoes and such, but just thinking of questions to ask and such. But fortunately I knew that she found me extremely attractive, so I could just get away with it.
Do you see how boastful you've made him now? This is your doing. You called him Thor, you called him Brad Pitt, you called him a cherub. This is what happens when cherubs go to the gym? Really? He's got such a melon head now.
No, but honestly, well, on a serious note, no, I could sense that she felt comfortable around me, so that made me feel more at ease as well. Are you gonna take him to Lucian Carnival next year?
Split in the middle. Make total jiggle. Listen, I've already explained to him about Soulfish in Soca. I told him about Obia. We are going to Carnival. Best believe I am going to give him whining classes. And we probably might film that. We are going. We will be there. We are jumping as well. Full costume. Okay, it's happening.
I like
That's all I'm
Soulfish.
saying. You did not just say that. He knows what it means as well, you guys. It's not that he doesn't know. He knows. Moving on. Moving right along. Can't believe you said that. Who made the first move? Huh? Who made the first move?
Well, I suppose, well, it would be me. Doesn't a guy usually do that? No, I know that some women, they take initiative, and I think that's cool.
I keep forgetting your password for your phone. Hold on.
It's
Yeah.
racing.
Yeah, we have each other's passwords to each other's phones, you guys. Who initiated the relationship, and are you all decorating with White Santa or Black Santa? Love your style videos. The last one was so well done. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a nice thing to say.
You want to?
Yeah, so that was basically me. Although she kind of alluded to it at first by asking, are you mine?
So, I posted a photo of us and it went, mine. And I was like, so are you mine? So I kind of hinted at it. And then a couple hours later, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And that's how it went down. So see, ladies, you can hint. You don't have to give everything away. What are your thoughts when it comes to judgmental people? How do you both react? As I said, like, we don't really, that doesn't happen here. Like, not really. And if you do encounter someone, it's very polite. You know, English people are very polite. There's never been like, oh, you're this, you're that. And I think that's more of a online keyboard warrior kind of thing. But
it's
yeah,
much more prominent in America than here in England. I mean, you might experience it in some countries in Europe,
yeah,
but not England. It's extremely culturally diverse, and
yeah.
as she answered previously, it's very common.
Germany as well. Like, certain countries are very open, very free.
Denmark as well.
Yeah, Denmark too. Like, yeah, so there's loads of interracial couples. I think Sweden has a few.
And just FYI, I'm not from Denmark, by the way.
Yeah, you guys keep saying he's from Denmark. He doesn't like that. He's from the Faroe Islands.
I do have a Danish passport, but that's not me in Danish. It's your channel, so I'm not sure if you have mentioned this previously, but what brought you guys to live in London when you come from different places?
I've lived in London since I was 4. I moved back to St. Lucia when I was 11. I think 4, 5, I can't remember. Anyway, I moved back when I was 11 and I went to high school out there. I went to all-girls Catholic convent, St. Joseph's Convent. Big up! Yeah, and I came back when I was 16, like right after. He's tickling my feet, stop it. Right after right after high school. And then yeah, so I've always lived in both countries. I've always had ties to both countries because I have family who have lived and are born both countries. So for me it wasn't really even a thing. It was always kind of the plan. What about you?
Faroe Islands is so tiny and there's not much to do if you live there your whole life, especially if you're going to university and such, as there's like 1 or 2 universities there. And I came here the year before I actually moved here with my class on a study trip. And I just loved the city itself. It's so massive in comparison to home. And I just really like speaking English, partly because I'm a quarter Scottish. So when I was younger, we would travel to Scotland every year and we would just drive through the country. And I think it really influenced me.
But that's Scotland, that's not London.
No, I'm saying the language as well, you know, and such. And I don't know, it's just so easy to speak English. The vocabulary is quite limited in Faroese and Danish. If you forget a word, you'll have to rethink your entire sentence. Whereas in English, you forget a word and you just use another one, a synonym. And it's just such a lovely language and easy to speak. I really enjoy it. And the city itself is awesome. And then there's people like this here too, you know, so.
Next question. Will you be doing more vlogs and will they be longer than 10 minutes? Well, this is way past 10 minutes now, isn't it? So yes and yes. And the next video will probably be him seeing my hair. Who was more interested? I don't think there's a... I don't think... See, look at how he's holding me. Do you think there's a who was more... I don't think there was a who was more interested sort of thing. I think we were both like really like... But yeah.
Yeah, it was about an equal amount there.
Yeah, she asked like 20 questions too. You only get one question, people.
What do you like / hate most about Rooney?
What do I like most about Rooney? I would say he's very understanding and very, very thoughtful. And if I'm going through something or I need to talk to him about something, as much as we are silly, like, he can instantly make the difference between when it's time to be silly and when it's time to be serious and when I need his help with something. And yeah, that's what I like most about him. What I hate, there's nothing that I hate. Hate's a very strong word. But what I dislike, I guess sometimes he could take his jokes too far and it can be really annoying. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, really? Stop it now. It's not funny anymore. Like, he could go on and on with a joke, like carry it on for the whole day. And it's just like...
Sounds about right.
Sometimes it's like so exhausting. It's the same joke.
Yeah, actually you skipped the question. There's one here that says...
Are you a hippie? Who has the better sense of humour? Who's more serious?
She's way more serious and I am too goofy at times probably.
Okay, I go with that. Yeah, I'm not way more serious.
No, you are more, I would say that she is the more serious one.
I have more of a snap sense of seriousness. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes like, yeah, it's so funny. Okay, I'm done now.
Yeah,
kind of thing. And then, but he will go on and on.
What type of activities do you like to do together?
Everything. What type of activities do we like to do together?
I can't answer that.
Yeah, we like a lot of the same things. We like watching Supernatural. It was my favourite show in uni and I used to watch with my best friend Amy, and then when we started talking it was like, you like Supernatural? I like Supernatural too. So every Saturday we get a whole bunch of junk food and watch Supernatural, and then we have like a 15-minute commentary on the show afterwards as well. Yeah, we like the same kind of movies, like shows. We kind of hang out, want to do the same things. We have the same taste in fashion, kind of. Well, everything that I've chosen for him, he likes.
Well, and I don't wear women's clothes, but okay.
You know what I mean. You like the stuff that I wear, and you like the stuff I pick for you. And we even have the same kind of sense in how we want like places to look, and you know, yeah.
Well, there's times when she's editing her videos and such, and I play video games. And even though we're kind of doing different activities, we still enjoy it as one, in the sense that we still like talk to each other and
be in the same room.
And I'll reach out to her and kiss her.
And get makeup all over him.
Yeah, and then sit there and swear in Faroese. And
I pick up the words. So I'm learning a little Faroese and he's learning a little patois too.
Most.
Yeah. That means kiss kiss. What's the hardest thing about the relationship?
we're both stubborn at times.
Yeah, we're really stubborn.
Can present
We're
a bit of
really
a challenge
stubborn.
at times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, while it does present a challenge at times, we also realize that we just need to give each other a little bit of space before we discuss the topic.
And it can be something silly too. Like, there's one time I wanted to sit by the window with us, and he wouldn't let me, and I got upset. And I was like, if you're not gonna let me sit. I can be quite a princess sometimes, but I like being treated like a princess because I'm the only person that treats me like a princess. I'm the only person that spoils me. So sometimes I want that from him too. And he does it.
Only reasonable.
What's the easiest thing about the relationship? Being together, pretty much. Like, it's so easy, it's so natural. We can't stop hugging, we can't keep his hands off me. Another thing that just came so naturally to us as well is that we have the same initials, you guys. Like, we have the same initials, and his Instagram and YouTube name before he met me, like way back in high school, is Ravnarin, and Ravnarin in Faroese means the raven. Can you say fate? Fate!
Major fate there.
Match made in heaven. We were fated to be together. Like, what's that superhero movie with Will Smith? Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. I was thinking if we ever do like a vlog, if we do make a channel together, which I don't think we're probably going to do. I don't know if we're that couple just yet. Like, we will make videos together because it's fun, but the moment that it stops being fun and it feels like work, we're not doing it anymore because we're not sacrificing our relationship for YouTube. And YouTube is my thing, you know what I mean? It's more like just what I like to do. It's not really his thing. He just likes doing it with me. So I'd never make him do a video, or like, you know, if he doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to do it. But if we ever did make a channel, I think we'd call it R&R, rest and relaxation, but Raven and Ruby. So every time I'm like, are you guys ready for a little R&R? I'm really cheesy, I know.
So cheesy.
Oh, and zodiac signs. I'm a Leo.
I am a Virgo, even though I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, he's not into signs and stuff. What did this relationship make you realize about yourself, and what is the difference between your current relationship and the ones you've had before? Talk about a hard question. Okay. What did it make me realize about myself? Well, it made me realize what I want in a relationship and how I want it to be. And that I don't want someone who just gives me everything that I want, because that was a previous relationship that I was in before. In my last serious relationship, we didn't have sort of similar personalities. I was really outgoing and silly and ridiculous sometimes, and very adventurous, and sometimes just spontaneous. Like, I would want to go climb a mountain or something like that, and the enthusiasm for that wasn't there. And he's a lovely guy, he's really sweet, but he was, you know, quiet and like simpler things and relaxing at home or reading a good book. And I do that as well, but I'd rather be outside exploring and just like go, 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 go. And I think that made me realise that I need someone who's more like me. They do say opposites attract, but if you're too opposite, sometimes it just doesn't work. So someone who's more like me, likes the same things that I like, and someone that I can be serious with and silly with at the same time. Yeah, that kind of thing. So that's what I realised. What I wanted was what I realised, and I kind of got that in this one. What about you?
Yeah, I think my answer kind of will fall in, well, we'll cover both in one. For me, it was that in a relationship it's very important that you have clear communication. It's not just one-sided, and that you both are willing to listen, well, hear each other out, even though you both might be pissed off or whatever, you know, because you're kind of insisting on your viewpoint. Yeah, because you're both very stubborn at times. So even though it can be difficult to discuss things at times, talk about certain things, topics, we both hear each other out, you know, we listen to what the other person has to say, we actually take it in and allow ourselves the space to actually reflect on it and see if it is something, you know, like if we're wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Something that's important to me in a relationship, which I am seeing in this one, and it's something that I highly value.
Also, what's one thing you like that he doesn't, and vice versa? It can be food, show, hobby, anything. I am a big fan of red meat. Literally, raw as it comes. I would literally jump on a cow if it was outside and eat it just like that. My favourite is steak tartare, which is raw beef mixed with a raw egg yolk. You scramble it up together and you put lots of onions and, you know, season it all up and I eat it just like that. I'd only have that from a really top tier restaurant because it can kill you if you're not careful or get you really, really sick. And he is very black in the sense that he ain't eating anything raw. Like nothing raw at all. Like no sushi, no red meat that's raw, like well done, basically burnt to a crisp steak. That's him all over. Can't do it. I like kind of pink duck as well.
You basically like be able to hear the cow's last breath as you plunge the fork into the steak.
One thing I want to know is how you two make your relationship work, not as a couple. What? Sorry, not as an interracial couple, but just as a couple. Communication, talking, chatting, and listen, when we have fights, like, because we do fight like everyone else, we fight like this. We fight in cuddles. It's really weird, but it's not really a fight. It's more of a discussion, and if we disagree on something, we'll chat about it and talk to each other. But we literally do.
Yeah, we haven't had any shouting match or anything like that. It's just more where we've had very strong disagreements, or we felt as if a certain need wasn't intended to. We do discuss it calmly because it's not going to help anything if you're just shouting at each other. That's not going to resolve anything.
What goofy thing surprised you about each other? What's the goofiest thing that surprised me about you? I don't know. What goofy thing surprised you about me? I think it was just both a surprise for both of us, because like I think he saw me as this kind of very sophisticated, classy woman, and then all of a sudden I just come out with this weird, hi guys, blah 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 blah, and it's just like, what? And then I saw him, and then, you know, you think, okay, model like, and you know, think this guy's gonna be like all macho and just, you know, and then you talk to him and he's like really goofy and just a soft, mushy little ball of blondness. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, sounds right. You come across as very, what was the word you used?
When?
When you were describing yourself?
What, sophisticated?
Sophisticated, yeah. It comes across as very sophisticated and such, and so it took me by surprise, positively, when I saw her silly, goofy side.
Like, even in a legal career, if I'm hanging around people at work colleagues, they don't know that I'm silly and like I'm goofy and just ridiculous, because you have to be kind of, you know, you have to stand up a little taller and shoulders back a little bit more, and, you know, direct eye contact and really hard handshakes and very, very posh accent, and just make sure you act like you know what you're doing, you know, because if you're silly and just relaxed, then nobody's going to hire you to handle, you know, £1,000, multi-million-pound contracts. It's not going to happen. So
Dear, oh dear.
You can't come across as that. And so when I get a chance to be goofy and ridiculous with you guys and silly, it's just, it makes me happy. Yeah. I think that's the last question. We hit the last question. I think that was like 40 questions, you guys. Yeah, last one.
Oh, right. Interesting.
So, I hope you enjoyed.
My mouth is dry.
You made us talk so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And yeah, we'll be filming more often and stuff. We've got some news. 2018 is going to be a great year, an amazing year. And yeah, 2017 looked really good too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Christmas and your New Year. You're going to see me, but you're probably not going to see him until the new year. Chat to us in the comments. I know you guys are going to have a lot of opinions. Now that you've finally seen his quirky personality, we'll see what you really think of him now.
Yeah, I like this. This is funny.
We got good family. So kids, daddy, zaddy, kids, welcome to the family. Bye guys.
As I accustomed doing each morn, as usual I head straight for the kitchen. Right away I knew something was wrong. Cake batter in a bowl, body of